What's going on, world? It's Mr. Harris, and I'm back dropping math jewels again. It's been a while since I've been in the lab, but I'm coming back at you. I got some good stuff, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I hope you are too. So get your pen and your paper, and let's go. Today we're going to be talking about functions, and I'm focusing specifically on the Common Core standards of functions with 8th grade math. And so let's get right into it. Now, in order to talk about functions, we must first understand what a relation is. And a relation is nothing but a collection of ordered pairs. So it's kind of like relationships. Somehow we're tied to people through blood or through marriage or whatnot. So let's say we have a group of ordered pairs. And for example, I want to use, let's say I have the ordered pair 1, 2. I have the ordered pair 2, 4, 3, 6, and 4, 8. Now, this is a relation because it's just a group of ordered pairs. But in order for us to talk about it being a function, there's a specific set of rules that has to apply to it. And you're going to see. So let's come up with a function rule. And in this case, we're not actually coming up with it arbitrarily. These ordered pairs follow a specific set of rules. So a few things I want to point out in this is that we have our x coordinates and we have our y coordinates. So for every ordered pair, the first number is always our x coordinate. The second ordered pair is always the y coordinate. Also, we want to look at them in terms of input and output. So the x coordinate is always your input. The y coordinate is always your output. And that's going to come into play as we get into this series, specifically talking about the different ways to represent functions. So basically, if I look at my input and output, I can see that for every x value, if I multiply it by 2, it will give me the corresponding y value. So, for example, I can come up with a function rule that says y equals 2x. And what this means is my input value x, if I take the x value here, for example, 3, and I multiply it by 2, I'll get the corresponding y value, okay? If I look at the x value for 1 times 2 gives me 2. Okay, here, if x is my input 2 times 2 gives me 4. Same thing here. If x is 4, 2 times 4 gives me 8 as my output. So basically, you're taking your input or your x value and plugging it into the function rule. We call this a function rule, okay? And it's going to give us a corresponding output. Now, I gave you the ordered pairs in the beginning in this particular example, but it's not going to always be given to you like that. So we must be ready for the different forms of how these relations and these functions are going to be given. So specifically, a function is actually just a set of ordered pairs in which every input value only is assigned one specific output value. Okay? So once again, every input value is assigned specifically to one output value, and that's what makes it a function. There are several other ways to test whether it's a function, and also we must understand that it produces these ordered pairs. And these ordered pairs that it produces, we can actually graph those ordered pairs, and they become a line. Sometimes they become parabolas, depending on the type of function that it is. But remember, we have input values and output values, or x and y coordinates. They form ordered pairs according to the function rule, and we can graph them on the coordinate plane. So this is the basics of how a relation is specifically a function, and we're going to get into some more stuff in this series. I'm excited, I'm ready to rock and roll, and I hope you're ready to learn something. Young Gurus Math Tutoring, I got the solution to your math problems.